we're gonna practice some laying down with Scooby. So this was a tricky behavior for Scooby because he's such an active, busy little guy. So it was hard for him to lay down when we asked him to. So to teach this, we start with a lure, just like how we taught sit. I'm gonna start Scooby in a sitting position and then slowly bring this treat straight down to the floor. Yes! And as soon as Scooby's elbows hit the ground, I mark with a yes and feed him the treat. Yes, good boy. The next step is to fade that lure. So I'm gonna use an empty hand now and fake lure that down. Yes! As soon as his elbows hit the ground, I mark with a yes and grab a treat from my pocket to give to Scooby. Right now, my visual signal to tell Scooby to lay down looks like I'm holding a treat in my hand. So my hand looks like this, and I'm just going straight down. Over time, we're working on fading the visual signal that looks like this to whatever you want your visual cue for a down to be. Often it's a finger point down. So work on fading your cue that looks like you're holding a treat to your finger coming out a little bit. And eventually, Scooby will be able to respond to a finger pointing down as his cue to lay down. At that point, we can add the verbal cue as well. And we're gonna use the same pattern that we used when teaching a verbal sit. So once Scooby responds every single time to the visual cue to lay down, start saying the word down, then give your visual cue, then mark when Scooby's elbows hit the ground with a yes and feed him a treat. Repeat that process over and over and over until Scooby lays down immediately when you say the word down. He should start anticipating that you're gonna ask him visually to lay down after you say the word down, and he'll start offering it on his own. Yes. Good, Scoob.